we are dealing with the truth of Christianity more than a feeling, and we're not going to do the same sort of thing here that will be going on in the graduate course on the Tuesdays and the Thursdays. Here we have some special emphases, and you have received a sheet which indicates the content of the 4 sessions. The reason for the subtitle, More Than a Feeling, is to deal with certain special apologetics problems focusing in Orange County. In the narrow sense, in California in the larger sense, but as we'll see tonight, these are general cultural problems, and what we want to do is to see if in these 4 weeks we can get a fix on the nature of these difficulties and the best way to present historic Christianity in the context in which we find ourselves. There are certain books that tie to these sessions. Tonight, the book which would be the most useful to you is the book Myth, Allegory, and Gospel. Myth, Allegory, and Gospel. Also, there is my Sherlockian book, The Transcendental Homes, which, interestingly enough, can also be of use in connection with what we're doing here. My wife and I are members of the Sherlock Holmes Society of London. I'm an honorary member of the Sherlock Holmes Society of France. And in this book of a Sherlockian nature, we attempt to use Holmesian reasoning, and we have Holmes and Watson engaged in a dialogue concerning religious truth. And this is interesting, and it shows a technique that can be used with people who are more of a literary cast of mind and who are uncomfortable in the traditional apologetic setting. Next week, we're going to move from a tender-minded apologetic, as it were, an apologetic for the New Age in a very direct sense, to a more objective style of apologetic, and we'll show you tonight how such a transition is possible. And for that, my Tractatus. Now that is a Latin title, but that shouldn't really bother you. Most of you know the translation, for example, of Sic transit Gloria Mundi. Gloria went home sick on Monday. Therefore, a Latin title shouldn't really cause a problem. The reason for the Latin title is that this is a takeoff on the most important single philosophical work in the 20th century, Wittgenstein's Tractatus, and it's an attempt to provide a comprehensive apologetic for the Christian faith in some 1,900 propositions, numbered propositions. It's structured in such a way that you can get a synoptic view of the entire objective apologetic. Then we are going to move to other religions and the cults in our 3rd session. I would have titled this Sex and the Cults, but I'm afraid people wouldn't quite understand the subject matter that we're going to be dealing with. So we're calling it Other Religions and the Cults rather than, yes. And the books that would be appropriate here, Faith Founded on Fact, and Giant in Chains. Giant in Chains deals with the situation in China. My wife and I were there at the time of the Tiananmen Square massacre, and there is an analysis in that book of Eastern religions. And that's the reason for the importance of that book to us. And finally, in our last session, we deal with prophecy. Prophecy. People will be trampling each other to get in here for that 4th session, because if there's anything that fascinates people in Orange County, of course, it's prophecy. The fact of the matter is there is an apologetic based upon prophecy, though it's not the kind of prophecy that is especially emphasized here. And we would recommend that you pick up a copy of the book Christ Our Advocate, which has this prophetic apologetic set forth along with a number of other important subjects. We are dealing tonight with the New Age. The New Age. Some of the material that I'm presenting tonight I presented in Basel, Switzerland at a conference of the European Evangelical Alliance. The reason why this occurred in Basel, Switzerland
Sample complete. Ready to continue?